I've got the associate friend, Jamie Gruber. So the host of he's I guess made himself the YouTube creator for expatriating to
He is,
uh,
yeah.
familiar with him. Yeah, I'd imagine so. But yeah, so it piqued my interest in moving to the Dominican Republic itself. But tell you what, I'm a bit of an Italophile. I lived in Italy, learned the language, and always trying to get back there. Anyways, uh, yeah, you're right. The cost of living in the United States is tough. What about though? Like you're talking about health and well-being, um, medical services. Is this something that's a concern when moving over?
Absolutely. Here in the Dominican Republic, we actually have veteran healthcare centers for veterans. So if you come here, I actually go to a veteran healthcare center for United States veterans. A lot of veterans are unaware that the foreign medical program of the Veterans Administration exists, and that's how veterans get their healthcare abroad. The first concern for a lot of veterans is, oh, do I lose my benefits if I move overseas? And the answer is no. I actually get better healthcare paid for by the Veterans Administration here in the Dominican Republic than I did in the United States. And I always tell people this story. Like when I got out of the Army, I was struggling, I was going through it, and I called the VA for a mental health appointment. And it took me 3 weeks to get in to see a doctor. Well, here, wait times don't exist in the Dominican Republic. If you want to see a doctor, you can see a doctor the next day. So we have these amazing veteran healthcare centers here in the Dominican Republic for American veterans, and they're staffed with Dominican doctors, Dominican staff, and they provide an excellent quality of care. Right now, the care is only for service connected veterans. So if you're service connected, they can treat any service connected stuff. But one of the cool things about the Dominican Republic and the rest of the world, other than America, is healthcare is actually incredibly cheap. So if I want top notch healthcare where I can see a doctor as much as I want or whatever, if I'm not a veteran or not service connected, it only costs like $1,000 a year for that. Not to mention, medications are incredibly cheap compared to the United States of America. So if I want a prescription or something like that,
Hmm.
I can just get over the counter. You can just go to a pharmacy and buy the normal medications that we need, like blood pressure, diabetes, whatever kind of stuff that you're on. You can go and pick it up for pennies on the dollar compared to the United States. We all know the healthcare system in the United States isn't great, and it's not great for veterans. So I always surprise people when I say, listen, as a veteran, I get better healthcare in the Dominican Republic paid for by the Veterans Administration than I do in the United States of America.
I'm curious though about medications themselves. I know we are uh, doctors in the United States. It's almost as though your first, their first, uh, the first answer to just about anything is medication. Then
Yeah.
was it the second answer? More medication if that first one doesn't work. But uh, is that is that the same overseas, or why would it be healthier to, I guess, move to a foreign country?
And you're right. Veterans in the United States are over medicated and underhelped. And I always tell the story when I came here, I was on every anti-anxiety medication. I was on sleep medication. I was on depression medication and all the kind of pills that the VA throws at you. And you're absolutely right, Aaron. It's like if the first pill doesn't work, take two. If that doesn't work, take three. If that doesn't work, take four. And that's kind of the answer. But here I'm able to live a lot healthier in a lot of ways. And it's enabled me to totally get off of all the medication that I was on before I came to the Dominican Republic because I'm eating healthier food. I'm outside in the sun more. I'm swimming in the ocean. And also, I'm living a more stress free life. Americans are incredibly stressed. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have such a chronic disease epidemic, so much things like cancer. Where here in the Dominican Republic, we don't have those. In the United States, it seems like everyone has cancer or some serious health concerns. And here, people don't really have those because they're living outside in the sun. They're eating fresh fruit and vegetables every day and without the additives that are here. So veterans are surprised when they come here and they lose weight. Their stomach issues go away, their skin clears up. And it's this entirely different way of living that I'm trying to encourage more veterans to look into.